I had a theory that bots would be posting pro or anti-Trump messages around the time of the election. And so to try to find support for that theory, I was looking for Reddit comments that had a strong opinion about Donald Trump and that seemed to be written by AI. And I came across this comment, which stuck out to me because it's unusually long for a Reddit comment, and it triggered the AI detector I was using. The AI detector I'm using is called Pangram, and one reason I'm using them is because they have a very low false positive rate, approximately 1 in 10,000. That means if you used Pangram to detect AI on 10,000 human-written text, only one would be expected to be falsely identified as AI written. The second reason I'm using Pangram is because they gave me a lot of free credits, so it's free for me. Okay, so this long pro-Trump Reddit comment gets flagged as AI. That's interesting. Looking at the comment, I noticed someone has just copied and pasted the text of an article. The article is posted at the Rare Foundation. It's written by a woman named Amy Mek. Amy Mek, according to Wikipedia, is an American anti-Muslim activist and social media influencer. And she has 600,000 followers on Twitter. So I started to wonder, is this article, which Pangram identifies as 100% AI generated, is this a 1 in 10,000 fluke from Pangram, or is Amy using AI to write her articles? One thing I like about the Rare Foundation is that it's very easy to just download all of the articles. There's no paywall or anything. That's nice. Anyway, what this is showing us is number of articles posted by Amy Mek at the Rare Foundation per week. The number is on Y. And one thing you can see here is that Amy posts a lot of articles. She's posted about 4,000 since 2019. And another thing you can see here is that this dashed line, which I'm going to call the AI line, before the dashed line, Amy has a lower average number of posts per week. And then in the years after the AI line, Amy has a higher number. So she's averaging about 5 articles per week before, and she goes up to about 8 articles a week afterwards. Now that dashed line is April 3rd, 2023. And I'm calling it the AI line because before the dashed line, before April 3rd, 2023, Pangram identifies 100% of the articles posted by Amy Mek, except for this 1 week, 100% of the articles posted by Amy Mek as human written. And then after the AI line, the articles are either entirely AI written or mostly human written, and it's only a small minority of the articles that are identified by Pangram as human. I should also add that this one article here that's identified as mixed, this is an incredibly short article, which Pangram is known not to deal with well. So you might say, well, maybe Pangram just doesn't like Amy Mek's writing. But if that were true, then why is it identifying all of her previous writing, all of her older writing, as entirely human written? And there's just this one sudden inflection point or sudden change where she switches from almost entirely human to mostly AI. And it coincides with an increase in average articles per week. There are some other differences before and after the AI line too. Here I have the frequency of 4 different AI tells. So X isn't Y, M dash, it's Z. The frequency of that construction is much greater after the AI line. This one is the use of M dashes per 1,000 words. We see M dashes become more common on average after the AI line than before it. This tell is, it's worth noting that. How often does that phrase, it's worth noting that, appear in Amy's writing? Never before the AI line, somewhat frequently after the AI line. And then this is tricolons, lists of A, B, and C. Those also become more common after the AI line. This figure is the average reading ease of Amy's articles over time. Reading ease is a measure of sentence length and syllables per word. And what you can see is that the reading ease has a sudden decrease at the AI line, a decrease of about 20%. So Amy starts writing more, her writing is different, and it's suddenly mostly identified as AI written by Pangram. And this is a few weeks after the release of GPT-4 for ChatGPT. So I interpret all this to mean that Amy Mek is using AI to write articles for the Rare Foundation, allegedly. Alleged by me, I guess. I think that's what's happening here based on the data that I've shown. Now, I don't really know what to think about this or what to feel about this because I like AI. I use AI to gather data, to search, to analyze data, to help write code. I ask AI for feedback on things that I've written. So I think AI is a valuable tool, and to me it makes a lot of sense to have it be part of your workflow. So I don't want to come off as criticizing AI or condemning AI here. I think it's interesting to use AI as an investigative journalist to write your articles for you. And I guess I'll just leave it at that. I think that's what's happening. And I'd be curious to know what you think. Thanks for your time.